It's your girl Julie and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do videos on lifestyle vlogs and college life and more. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about 10 tips on how to get all A's in your nursing prerequisite classes during these unprecedented COVID-19 times. Yeah, so most of my classes were online and I did all my nursing prerequisites from January of 2020 to December 2020. So basically it was a year of online learning. So I want to share with you 10 tips, especially if you are thinking of doing nursing prereqs, especially this year or just starting out. I hope it helps you. So let's get it started. So one bonus tip I would say is to look up your professors before you even start the class and just look through all the professors and go through ratemyprofessors.com. I love it, especially it tells me how the professor's personality is, if they end up giving so much work, if they make the work harder than it actually is supposed to be, or just if they're really communicative. That's really important qualities to me, if they can communicate back to me quickly, all that stuff. And so that really helped me a lot. Look through your professors before you actually take the class. It will make your life a lot easier. Tip number one would be to read through your syllabus and jot down all the important stuff, like your professor's email, contact information, all your due dates for all your assignments, tests, homework, etc. for all your classes. Also the meetup times for when all your classes meet, either through Zoom or Blackboard Learning. Sometimes it's good to write that down so you know you won't forget. Just get organized. So tip number two would be to reach out to your professors through email or office hour meetings that they have. Don't be afraid to ask questions to your professors or concerns. They're there to help you. Basically, that is their job. They're there to accommodate in such way if you need help. And also keep in mind, along the road, you might need recommendations, and during these times you can't really go to their office hours and make personal connections and ask them stuff. So it's super important that you become kind of proactive in a way. So ask questions, participate, go to their online office hours, I'm telling you, because they will recognize who you are. And also if you do that, it shows that you're really eager and you really want to learn this material, and down the road they'll write a wonderful recommendation letter for you. So reach out to your professors. So tip number three would be to make some class friends, and this is by being the first one to reach out to them. I know it just takes a lot of courage because this is super awkward to meet friends or classmates this way, but please go through your class list. I don't know, your email, or for me there was Blackboard introduction, and basically she put a page where you can introduce yourself and just be hey, my name is this, and my major is nursing, blah blah blah. And in that I contacted people through that and just be hey, I'm in your class. I just wanted to let you know this is my contact info if you need anything, or if you want to talk about anything, any assignments that professor gives or he or she gives. So it was super helpful to me, and especially if there's group work and they're oh, they give you options to work together. It's so perfect. So sometimes also in a Zoom chat, Zoom, there's a chat, individual chat where you can chat the person and just be hey, this is my contact info just in case. And then that way you can discuss about any assignments or upcoming homework that's confusing, or anything that you feel oh, I'm not sure, but I want to talk to my classmates first before I contact the professor about it. Yeah, maybe you guys have the same concerns or questions. So it just keeps your mind insane when you have someone doing the same course with you and doing the same struggles with you. So I recommend to reach out to your classmates. Be brave, guys. tip number 4 is to keep a timer on. So I usually put a YouTube like study with me type of thing, and usually they have like the 50-minute sections. Like I love the 50 minutes and then the 10-minute breaks. So 50 minutes like I'll like work hard, like not get distracted and just keep doing my thing, and then 10 minutes I have that break. Just knowing that like keeps me like my mind like organized and more focused. So yeah, I recommend doing a timer thing. Tip number 5 is to eliminate any distraction, especially during exam time. So 2 weeks before exam, eliminate social media. I know phone texting, and also it goes with create a study plan. So usually 2 weeks before exam, I delete YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Even Pinterest, you think it's not distracting, it's super distracting. So I delete all of that, and then basically my phone is useless. Like I don't really go on it. And then when I do really study, I put my phone on do not disturb mode so nobody can contact me. Also, to create a study plan, so I usually create a week study plan or 2-week study plan before my exam. So I usually write like 3 things that I need to do Monday, 3 things I need to do on Tuesday, 3 things that I need to do Wednesday, and so on. So every day I'll have 3 like most important tasks I need to do, and then that way I feel prepared and I did everything I can for the exam, did everything in my willpower, so I feel less stressed. So tip number 6 is to make a study guide for the topics that will be on your test. So most professors, if you're lucky, will give you a study guide sheet with like all the topics that's going to be on the test. Some professors are super nice, and they'll give you like, okay, so this is not going to be on the test, this is going to be on the test, this is not going to be on the test. And yeah, those are like the best. Usually for my like organic chemistry, I like used my iPad and I like drew, for using GoodNotes, I like drew all the structures out and all the important things on how to name the structures and everything, and the iPad was super helpful. Then I'll like print it out and like staple it together and just like go through it. A couple days before the exam, or like 5 days before the exam, or I would just like reread like it out loud, like all the information about like a certain thing I would just reread out loud over and over again, and like reading it out loud helped me like sink in all that stuff. So tip number 7 would be to rewatch all your recorded lectures. Rewatch. I rewatched them like 2 times, and that really helps a lot, especially for organic chemistry for sure, and chemistry and anatomy, all that stuff that you need to just have it in your head, like memorized almost. Like rewatch it again, it really does help a lot. And then I add the missing things that I missed out onto my notes. Like every time I listen to it again, like I feel like there's some things like I'm like, oh, I forgot he said this, or like you miss certain things. So if you watch it twice, like you can just re-add to your notes like the little details that you missed, and that really helped me a lot. So tip number 8 would be to go over sample questions over and over again. This is like really key, because basically studying and memorizing will only get you so far, but if you know the exact questions, or like not even exact, like similar questions that might be on the exam, it's super like it'll help you so much, and you know what's gonna come. So what I did was I redid all the homeworks, the quiz, like whatever I had, the questions, especially for like chemistry and also anatomy too. And it really did help me to like on the test, I'm like, oh, like I've seen problems like this before, oh, I've seen problems, so it helped me like solve them faster. I suggest also, like if your professor gives you like old exams, like my professor gave me like his like old exams, sample exams that he had from the previous years, and that helped me a lot solving them like over and over again. So before, what I do is like I print out 2 or 3 of the same copies of the exams that he gives me, then I would solve it, and then I like whatever I got wrong, I would try to understand it, and then the next day I'll solve it again and see like if I can remember how to do it. And then even before even the exam day that morning, I would just try to solve that same question over again and see like, oh, if I have nothing, like if everything I did was right for the last time I did it, I'm like, oh, I feel more prepared. Like I know like whenever I see this question, I know like I have to do this and stuff. So it also keep my like anxiety down, and doing problems again, you'll end up seeing a pattern and like help you do it quicker. Also, if you don't know Quizlet, get Quizlet. Quizlet has so many test sample questions like than you think. Students like type out all their questions that they have and you could just practice them. So like sample questions are super important. So tip number 9 would be to take advantage of your school's tutoring sessions, exam reviews, and also outside source, YouTube. So my school did like a science like learning center tutoring sesh from like Monday to Saturday. I think it's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And basically like they put you in a group with 2-3 people like on online Blackboard, like you can see them and ask questions that I was confused about, and that really helped me a lot. And also the exam review, they would give actually more practice questions and like go over things that I was also confused about, so it really helped me a lot. So just make sure just to attend, even if you feel like you know it. Like if you just attend, maybe there's some things that like you're like, oh, I didn't see this, oh, there's another way to do it. So I definitely recommend that. And I also recommend YouTube. I just type in things that like I had trouble with, and YouTube would give me such a great visual step-by-step how to do it. And sometimes the YouTube people can like explain it better than my professors, so I really love that. So use YouTube as a source to help you, especially with anatomy and physiology. You can like really visualize like the internal body parts and everything, and the cell is moving, and it just gives you a good memory of like what's happening in the body. So the final tip number 10, is to take care of your well-being. So for me, I know these subjects were not that easy, and I had a lot of pressures in trying to get A's for the prerequisites so that I could get into a good nursing school. And then stress followed with pressure and assignments and tests and everything. And so I know I like gained some weight and acne during these times, but that's okay. But I made sure to have like really good rest, like 7 to 8 hours, and even if that meant taking like melatonin once a while, like for my anxieties to calm down, because like when I'm sleeping, sometimes my anxiety would be like woof, like think about all these things and I can't sleep. So yeah, and also I made sure that I had good substantial meals like pasta for my brain. My brain needs all the glucose it can get. So basically I did that. And yeah, taking care of your body really helps with your brain to be clear the next day, and that way you'll be ready for your exams, your assignments, and you'll do well. I hope this video wasn't too long, but those are my 10 tips on how to ace your nursing prerequisite during these pandemic times. And yeah, good luck with your studies. I hope you guys all do well. I know you will. And if you guys like these kind of videos, please write in the comments, or any other tips you have, how to like get A's in your prerequisite, or like any study tips that you have, please like comment them down and share. And yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos. Bye guys.